Happy June, everybody. Happy June, Lloyd. How are you?
Happy June to you, Kimberly. It is amazing. We are at the halfway point of the year already. Imagine we started back in January. Now it's at the point of June, 6 months later. It's
It's
just amazing.
June.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the first of the month. So you know what that means. Are you ready for our Astro Numerology forecast for the
Yes.
month of June? How was your May?
My May was pretty interesting for the most part. It dealt with um, it dealt with a lot of things relating to financial matters. That's for sure. There was no question about that. I also did a lot of growing up in my own way. I'm a grown man. See, people think because you stop growing in heights and whatnot, but you grow internally, spiritually, mentally, spiritually. And so I went through that process, I do believe also. It's like you come of age.
Well, for me, May was on point, just like you said. It was a month about changes, and at first, I didn't think I didn't. At first, it didn't seem like it was about change, but then I started to notice that it was kind of like a mental shift, a mental change, and I too felt like I did some growing up in the month of May. So that was very accurate for me. Now we're in Gemini season now. I know
Yes.
all the Geminis out there celebrating, happy, running around with all that energy. What can you tell us about the zodiac sign Gemini?
Well, Gemini is ruled by the element of air. Planetarily, it's ruled by the planet of Mercury, the planet of communications and miscommunications, all depending. The symbol of Gemini is the twins. It is one of the few figures in astrology that's a human figure. There are three. One is the sign of Aquarius, the other is Gemini, and the third one is Virgo. The one that gets closest to it is Sagittarius, which is half man, half horse, but it's not human. Okay, so there's the difference. This is a mutable sign, which means Geminis are more fluid and flexible because it represents a change of the season from moving into the fall, going into the season of the summer, a spring going into the season of the summer. I stand corrected. It is a masculine sign, which means it's more proactive about moving forward on things. The month we left last month of May is a feminine sign, which means it's, and see, when I say masculine and feminine, it's not like the male and female. It's just that one is more action oriented and one is less action oriented. They both receive, achieve their objectives. They just have a different methodology of doing this. And here's the thing about this month. We're in a 5 universal month. What does that mean? I know people ask me. Well, it's simple. I took 2024 and I added it to the fifth position month and it added to 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is a 5 universal month. Now, the month that governs the zodiac, the number that governs the zodiac sign of Gemini is the number 5. So all Gemini should be in their element. And especially if they're born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month. They should definitely be into the swing of this particular month. And 5 is always symbolic of change, if I may use that point. The five senses, a love of travel and movement and motion and freedom and things like that. In fact, the irony is Aries and Scorpios are in this period, which we'll get to more specifically. But for everybody in general, it's a time where people need more space. It's interesting. 5 needs space to breathe. 7, which would be in the month of July, needs more space to hear themselves think. So that's where the difference is. So if people this month want to breathe, to get away from being under pressure, or people looking over their shoulders, or whatever the case is, I would tell anybody in a relationship to give that person space. But more importantly, that the person who they're dealing with has to understand to give you space as well. Okay. So that's how I look at it. And this is a month of versatility. So people should really be out there.
So does that mean I'll be changing again this month too? How much changing can a girl do?
Well, the irony is the only thing that's constant in life is change. That's why Gemini is a mutable sign. You know, it represents, and I like mutable signs because they can more adjust. Now, I'm a fixed sign, you're a fixed sign. That means we get set in our ways. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but being set in our ways allows us to accomplish things. But there's always change, and life can always be fluid, ups and downs, things of that nature. So, in that way, the mutable signs of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, they tend to be more better at the fluidity, and Pisces, of course, of adjusting to changing conditions more so than these fixed signs.
So how would you tell people to prepare for change?
They will feel it, they will know it. This is because, don't forget, this is the energy that's going through this particular cycle at this point in time in June of 2024. Women will sense it more. And so, therefore, they are likely to experience that. But somehow, if maybe they can't put their finger on it, they need a change. Men, we will be more, maybe more outdoorsy, getting out more, whatever the case is. But 5 is an outdoor number. It is ruled by air. And, so that's why it says change where they like to breathe. So don't be sweating me. Don't be clocking me. Where you going? When you coming back? What you going to do? That's not the month for everybody. Everybody needs to kind of, it's not that serious, as they say. And
Seems
give
like
people,
it'll be a pretty big shift leaving June, going into July.
that's right, because in July, it will be the month of duty responsibilities. And that's what it's going to be. And then in August, it's going to be a time of soul searching. Then everything comes to a head in September. But we're getting a little ahead of the curve. But right now, this particular month of June we're in says people need to kind of raise up. Don't be clocking. Don't be sweating. Don't be. I would say in this case, for this month, for those that are in relationships of any level, the secret of holding on is let go. There's everybody's going to want to sense that, I need to breathe. I need some space. I need time out. It's going to be like that. Well, the theme for June will be being flexible and fluid, to be able to kind of like, just not be in a rigid position, to just make sure that everything you're doing is in a way that allows freedom and flexibility, that kind of thing.
What about our zodiac signs? What can we expect?
Well, for those
Can
who are,
Leo go first?
no, that goes
Uh,
out of order. Because then next, but you know what I might do next season that thinks about it, that and for each month, we won't start with Aries, but we'll start with the month that governs it. So, for example, next year, we'll start with the month of Gemini for June. We'll start with Cancer for July. We'll start with Leo first for August, Virgo for September, et cetera, et cetera. And everybody, so that way everybody got to, especially those that got to wait, like me and Aquarius, Capricorn and Pisces. We're at the tail end of the thing, man. It's like, okay, I got to hear all of Lloyd talking about all this stuff. And then finally he gets to me. Okay, finally. Like one of the things with having S as a last name or W as a last name, I had to wait till all the A's go first, the B's go first, the C's go first. I mean, I almost go to sleep waiting on my S's. So I think that's what we'll do. So to start with the zodiac signs, well, if your sun or moon or ascendant is in the sign of Aries, believe it or not, like this universal month, for you, it is about change. The only thing that's constant in life is change. Now, for Aries, it's about change and opportunities. It's about switching up. It's about the timing because opportunities in a 5, it always represents opportunities, but you got to pay attention. You can't go to sleep at the wheel. The first change for Aries is going to start in the first week in relationships. changing things. So it all depends on, for Aries that are single, it might be changes for the better. For Aries that are working in a relationship, they may find that in that first week, they're going to be signs that this thing is moving to the next level. Or in the first week, for those that have been in a situation that's been challenging to say the least, they may feel they really need a break as they come out the gate. And especially is this true since the moon will be in the sign of Aries on the 1st and 2nd of the month. As we go into the second day of the second week of the month, from the 8th to the 14th, it's when Aries are going to want some time to themselves. They're going to want to say, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this? What does all this mean? They want to lay aside some things. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, 5, when you're in a cycle that Aries is in, they need time to breathe. Well, in that week of the 8th through the 14th for Aries, the second week, they need some time to be alone, to hear themselves think. Now, for money, that's that third week. But yet there are challenges because on the 15th and the 16th of the month, the moon will be in their opposition sign of Libra. Now, Libras might be doing well, but financially, that means they need to be sure that they count their pennies, where it's coming, where it's going, things of that nature, check their resources and whatnot. And it also reflects some things from the past, how they budget, things of that nature. That will bring about a change for them. One of the best times for the sign of Aries is going into the closing end of the month. And especially because the moon will come back into their sign again on the 29th and the 30th, the last 2 days of June. And they will have a wonderful opportunity to really spread their wings, broaden their horizons, go on some trips. And the people that are going to be affecting them one way or the other are going to be under the sign of Gemini, is going to be helping them this month. Virgos are going to be helping them this month, or people born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd. By the way, the color for Aries to wear this year, or this particular month of June, should be in the silver and gray family. Okay, those are the best colors. As for the crystals and stones, it's shungite. Shungite is always going to be the base stone because that's the warrior stone. And turquoise. That would be the stones they should wear or carry at some point during the course of this 30-day period of June. If your sun or moon or ascendant is in the sign of Taurus, the theme this month is about vision and sensitivity. What do I mean? The vision, the ability to see ahead, not just in the moment, not what's just in front of you, but what's up the road a little bit, and even further than that if you can. Okay? It's like having a set of binoculars where you can see at a distance, not too far away, not losing the point of what's in front of you, but the point of the vision to see. Coming out the gate, the first week of June, is going to be a time for them where they're going to want to expand their vision, to expand their concepts, to grow, to begin to really widen their space and also widen their contacts and resources as well. It's going to be, especially since the moon will be in the sign of Taurus on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of the month. Okay. However, going into the second week, they're going to have to put on the brakes, but they can use that vision that they're in because they're in what is called, I call it the master number cycle. Very visionary, super sensitive. Their intuitions and whatnot is going to be especially strong. But that second week is going to say they're going to be a little bit more grounded about what they're doing and keep those visions more in check with some boundaries around them, with some limitations thrown into the mix. But it's going to be in the third week where things begin to really expand, really grow, except the challenge is going to be around the 17th, 18th, and 19th when the moon is sitting in their opposition sign of Scorpio. And so, therefore, they have to be careful of not going overboard or reacting too quickly because the cycle they will be in will tell me it's about instantaneous response. Sometimes looking before you, I should say, leaping before you look, that kind of thing. So they have to be careful. And so, whatever they're doing, however they say, whatever, and Taurus is, that's why they're the bull. So they might be upset and say something that they really can't take back. So just be a little patient during that period, but it's going to allow a best time for change. The best week is going to be in the final week of the month from the 22nd to the end of the month, because then Tauruses will be in their element. They'll be back where they're feeling themselves. They're going to be looking good, smelling good. The women are going to get their hair done. That's how they're going to end this month of June. Some of them will be going back to school. Some of them will be getting promotions. Some of them will be going through a conception cycle, such as pregnancy. Now, it ain't mean that all the women are going to be pregnant at the end, but it means they give birth to ideas and plans and, hunches and intuitions about this, that, and the other. Now, they will find that those under the signs of Leo will help them, Aquarius will help them, Cancers will help them, or those that are born on the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th of the month. And the color they should wear should be blue. All shades of blue from the lightest to the darkest. And the stones they should wear or carry should be shungite and uh, jade. Those would be the stones that they should carry. Now, if your sun or moon or ascendant is in the sign of Gemini, it's your birthday month. I would sing happy birthday, but we ain't gonna mess it up because I can't sing like in the shower. I sound great. Outside the shower, no. Because you are in a position, all you Geminis, you're in a month, your birthday month is about fresh starts, fresh beginnings. It's the theme is about being a pioneer, about being innovating, having a cutting edge attitude with a groundbreaking mindset. That is how all Geminis should come out the gate, especially on the 6 and 7 when the moon is sitting in your sign. It'll be a new moon because you're in the sign, your own birthday month of Gemini, plus the moon will be in Gemini on the 6th and 7th. So that's considered a new moon. Since the sun and moon are there at that same time, it gives you an opportunity to make some changes in your personal relationships, your living space, like feng shui your home, or even at the workplace. So don't be surprised at that at all. It's going into that second week where things begin to open up, things begin to expand, where you can kind of see your way clear in terms of meeting up with the right people, the right connections. Because don't forget, it is about having a pioneering spirit, being daring. Go where no person has gone before. Be not afraid. This is your birthday month, of course. Okay. Always when you're in your birthday month, this is when you're at your best. So you couldn't have picked a better time right now than to do the things that are very important and meaningful for you. Now, going into the third week, though, around the 20th and the 21st, when the moon is sitting in your opposition sign of Pisces, well, that might not be to, Sagittarius. I stand corrected. The moon will be in your opposition sign of Sagittarius at this time. And what it simply means is not to kind of overextend yourself, because you will be going through a cycle that's requiring you during that third week to more be in alignment with the boundaries. Because Geminis don't like boundaries. This is an air sign, but it does indicate about being staying within the guidelines to making sure that everything is on point. Dot those I's, cross those two T's, as they say, and make sure that you're in alignment. Because going into the final week is when you shine. That's when you're really in your element. I'd expect some travel because you will be in a time where you want to travel somewhere new. Because Geminis like to travel anyway. But for those in the sign of Gemini, whether it's their sun, their moon, or ascendant, they're going to have a need to say, okay, let's go somewhere, but I've been there before, but I've never been here before. And it's I've never been here before that's going to be more attractive to them. Now, those who are going to help them will be Leos, Aries, and Aquarius, or they'll be born on the 1st or the 4th, the 10th or the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, or 31st of the month. Now, for them, the color they should wear is gold, all shades of gold. And shungite and moon and sunstones, I should say, are the stones and crystals they should wear or carry for their benefit. Now, as we go into the sign of Cancer, bless their soul, okay? That is, if your sun or your moon or ascendant is in the sign of Cancer, the theme this month is about reflection, deep thoughts, looking at things from a different perspective. And when I say reflection, I'm not just talking about in any superficial way. We begin to really question why things have happened, even if you have to go back in the past to look at what is happening in the present to project what's going on into the future, if that makes sense. Because the rule has been in any history to know where you're going, you got to know your past. Well, this is why Cancers will be going through a period of reflection, especially in the very first week, because in that week they're going to be maybe reuniting with people they haven't seen or heard from in a long time. They're going to be doing, and normally, and this is when we start getting into graduations, marriages, reunions, stuff like that. And especially if it's around that first week of June or they start hearing news of it, that's when it's going to be. As for the second week, well, they're going to be to a point of reflecting on what they need to let go. I've held on to this long enough. I held on to you long enough. And so things have got to go. And especially since the moon is going to be in the sign of Cancer on the 8th and the 9th anyway. It'll be perfect for them to manifest and manifest with a purpose, because not only does it represent endings, but seeking those things that you've been wanting to do for the longest to make them real and tangible. Trips are also indicated during this week as well too. As you go into the third week though, that's when you can really debrief. I mean, take a deep breath. You can ponder more why you are doing the things you're doing. And then you start coming up with answers. I would say with all cancer, well, people in general should meditate if possible. But for cancers especially, they should take this month before they go into their birthday month next month to really get into some meditation, to really spend 5 minutes and quiet the mind, although the mind will never be quiet. But the point is to begin to kind of stay still. And as somebody once said in one of their podcasts, to meditate so God can talk to them rather than they pray and talk to God. That's always the better way, because then it comes from within. It comes from that spirit guide. So this is what cancers will find. So at the tail end, around the from the 22nd to the end of the month, there will be a challenge around the 22nd and 23rd, because the moon is going to be sitting in their opposition sign of Capricorn at that time. But at the same time, they should be peaceful. They should be pleasant. They should make the most of things. And actually, it will be an excellent week for them to change their diet. So just as they start getting ready to go into their birthday month, they be looking like real good and things like that, ready for the summer, ready for the beach, or whatever the case is. They will find that other cancers and Pisces will help them, or those that are born on the 2nd or the 7th, the 11th or the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th will help them. And the color is greens of all shades and creams in all shades. It's so amazing. They now have a billion colors. There only used to be 7 colors in the rainbow. Now they done mixed and matched and got AI into the equation. Now everybody's mother got all kind of shades. So it's a wonder you women don't get confused when you're going to a nail shop and you know what color you want. And anyway, I'm glad ain't no woman. Nothing personal, okay? When y'all get them nails, boy, some be glittering, some be glowing. Anyway, I'm only kidding, ladies. It's not that serious. I'm just a guy, okay? But shungite and agate stone should be worn or carried with them. Well, what about Leos? Well, here's the news. The theme is about adjustments. If your sun or your moon or ascendant is in the sign of Leo, adjustments is in order to accommodate, to adapt, to put a tweak on things. Isn't it interesting? Because in the cycle that all Leos will be in, is going to be adjustments in their home life, relationships, their finances, their health, their personal appearance, and especially in the very first week, because that's going to be one of the most reflective periods coming out of the month of June. Why am I here? Why am I dealing with you? Why am I doing that? And it's nobody's fault, because the cycle you will be going through is about self-examination, and anyone that's coming into your space will undergo this kind of like Q&A. Why? You're searching. Okay. Now, Going into the second week, though, when the moon is in your sign on the 10th and 11th, is going to be great. You'll be more adept at say, okay, now I can move forward. This is going to be a good time with going through a financial week too. So if you've been looking for a financial break and wanted to get away, especially because with the theme, I should say, not only is it romance, finance, because yes, it's adjustments, but it's in the area of both romance first and finance second. So it all depends on how things are going. It's also going to be connected with people from the past, people you haven't seen, people you haven't heard from in a while. You're also going to be doing a lot of growing up in terms of these adjustments, how relationships are going. But then it's in that third week, the week of the 15th to the 21st, where everything is going to come to a head, good, bad, or indifferent, where enough is enough, someone or something has got to go. And it could be something in yourself, not just a relationship, although you'll definitely be in a relationship cycle, but it will be something within you or those things around you that you feel you need to adjust accordingly. But also at the same time, it's going to be a period where some of your fondest dreams are going to finally come true. There's also a possible chance to travel or meet somebody or hear from somebody from a distance as well. As you go into the final week, though, the only thing you have to worry about or be concerned is the 24th and 25th, when the moon is sitting in your opposition sign of Aquarius. So it means don't be too quick to be jumping out the gate. Don't be too quick to be leaping out before you look, and just simply take your time, but yet at the same time, be very decisive about the things you want, the things you need, and the things that you wish to explore as you begin to wind down the month of June as you go into July. You'll find that Tauruses will help you, Librans will help you, as well as anybody born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th will be of help to you as well. You'll find that your best color to wear will be red. And I mean, red, that's the sun color anyway. That's natural to Leo. So that's the color they should wear. And their best stone, other than shungite, should be amethyst, that they should wear or carry in addition. If your sun or your moon or ascendant is in the sign of Virgo, the theme this month of June of 2024 is about originality. Now, what does that mean? That means to act independent of others and not be influenced, because don't forget Virgo is a mutable sign and the power of suggestion can be very strong. But it ain't about what they want of you as so much as what you want of yourself. You're going to find this as you, especially in the opening week as you come into the month of June, that people will be kind of want you to partner with them. Why don't you do this with me? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's about that you make sure you have your act in order and you have your priorities in order. This is going to be most important in terms of that, to act independent of others. Okay. Yes, Virgo is a human symbol. It likes to accommodate people, but not to the point where people take advantage of you, not this particular month of June. All right. And so it just means be patient. Now, as you go into the second week, that is much better because it indicates that things begin to open up for you. You begin to see kind of like the fruits of your labor, the harvest of what you planted and whatnot, especially with the moon sitting in your sign on the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th of the month in the sign of Virgo. And it's going to also wind up being a part whereby you can really begin to widen your network, expand, and be more creative about things. You know, Virgos can normally be conservative, but this year is about, or this particular month, I should say, is about being more original, to think different, to think independent, but more importantly, again, not lose sight of what is in your best interest. Because Virgos like to accommodate people at times, not all Virgos, but some Virgos, too many Virgos. But this month says, no, no, no. You focus on you. Because actually, in the third week, that's when you want to lay the cornerstone, the foundation, or create a blueprint as to how you're going to go as you go past the middle of the month, getting past the middle of the month. It indicates having all your ducks in a row, having a sense of order and purpose and boundaries about what you want to do and why you want to do those things. But then going into the closing month of June, you'll find it on the 26th, 27th, and 28th to be a little bit more mindful about how you wish to change, because the moon will be sitting in your opposition sign of Pisces. So that means just take it easy, take your time. Uh, and when a person is going through the particular cycle that Virgo's going, their thing is, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. I'm going to tell you like it is, and whether you like it or not. But I'm saying in that final week, since the moon will be sitting in your opposition sign as you get near the end of the month, just remind to be a little bit more tactful. But there's some changes underway that's going to bring about a lot of opportunities for you. You will find that Leos will help you. Leos are helping a whole lot of people this month. I've noticed that. I said, where are all these Leos coming from? But Leo's going to help them. Aquarius, that's me. Thank you. So listen, we got our hands full. Aries are going to be in the mix, as well as people born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, or 31st of the month. The best color for the Virgos to wear this particular month are golden browns, all shades of brown, especially that golden brown flavor if you can get your hands on it. And the stones or crystals you should wear or carry should be shungite. That's always going to be number one, and ruby. That will be very important. Now, let's say you are, well, I'll put it this way. If your sun or your moon or ascendant is in the sign of Libra, the theme this month of June is about charisma and charm, and nobody can do it better than your sign. You have no excuse to turn it on, okay? That's all I'm saying. So if the Libra women are looking extra beautiful and the Libra guys are looking extra sexy, whatever you'll call it, that would be nice. They're going to have this appeal, this allure, this savoir faire. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like that. Now, don't be smelling yourselves, Libra. It ain't all that. I mean, because, sometimes we get carried away. We hear a little good news and we want to knock everybody out the box. And the reason why I'm saying it, because on the first and second day, the moon is going to be sitting in your opposite sign of Aries. So you ain't going to be all that cute. All right? So just take it easy. Take your time. But it's going to be a time for you to expand, because you'll be actually going through a visionary cycle where a lot of ideas are going to be coming from on high. And in the first week, you got to be careful of people using your name, getting caught up in some scandal. Don't allow it. Make sure that if people got speaking their name on their mouth, on their lips, I should say, it best to be for good. So avoid anybody that want to gossip, especially in the first week. Leave that alone. You would do better if you just focus on how you can be more creative, more expansive. Because as you enter the second week, this is when you're going to have more of a sense of order and direction and purpose and focus. And you will be more in tune with what you're doing and why things are happening. I've also come up with another concept that I'm going to do in July. I'm always, the one thing every time we do, okay, let me do this. I'll wait till the end of the show. Anyway, so the broadcast. So anyway, for the third week, that's when you pivot. That's when you shift. That's when you fake everybody out. They think you're going this way and you shift and you go that way. Okay. You throw them off their center. They're going to say, what's going on with them? Okay. But again, it's about using your charm and tact and charisma, your allure, your appeal, and everything. And especially because the sun is going to be sitting in your sign on the 15th and the 16th of the month in that third week. So you will be at your charmingly best, if there's such a word. But as you go into the final week of June, that's when you should, for most of the women, you're going to be doing something with your hair. I know that right now. Changing it, streaking it, linking it, cut it. See, we guys just get a haircut. We do the best we can. But y'all got more flexibility there, okay? So that's it. But for all Libra men and women, it would be a good time to get involved in some kind of weight loss or health regimen for themselves too. For those of you who want to, because it indicates in that last week, you want to be a work in progress. You want to kind of like be the better person. Yes, it's nice to know you got allure and appeal and charisma and charm and grace and all those other things, but you want to add more to the equation too, other than just good looks, because you want to be good looking on the inside as well as on the outside as well. Leos are going to help you. Aquarians are going to help you. I didn't make this up. That's how it goes. I mean, we're gonna be helping everybody named Mother Man this month. Oh, and cancers too, can't leave them out. And if they're born on the 2nd to 7th, the 11th to 16th, the 20th to 25th, or the 29th of the month, they're going to be helping. Wow, Leos and Aquarius got such responsibility, man. What pressure. But anyway, and they don't give us nothing we can't handle. Okay. So anyway, you will find they will help you. The color for Libras to wear this particular month is yellow. Yellow is going to really bring things out for you. And the stone or crystal you should carry this particular month for June 2024 should be shungite, of course, and pearl. That's going to be very, very nice. Now for the Scorpios. Okay, what about them? If your sun, your moon, or ascendant is in the sign of Scorpio, it is about travel and variety, diversity, multiplicity. You know, we are designed really to be able to do more than one thing at the same time. You know, like as I say, walk and chew gum and jump rope and all that other stuff. Well, Scorpios, I should say, are likely to be in that mode. Virgos, I don't know why I just left that. Scorpios are definitely going to be about the business of wanting to make some needed changes, especially in their relationships. And this is going to be striking because the moon will be in their opposition sign on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, sitting in the sign of Taurus. So look for Scorpios to kind of find that first week coming out the gate, kind of like rough. I want to change, but they got to be careful how they change. You know, they say sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for. Well, that might be the case for Scorpios. All right. Plus, you just left a stressful month last month in Taurus anyway. So you're still not quite out of the wood in the opening days. However, as you go into the second week, you're going to have a desire to kind of say, okay, I need some space, I need some time, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. And more than likely, there might be travelers on the brain to go somewhere or be near a body of water since you're a water sign anyway. But to kind of get a hold of why things have been happening, what does it all mean? You're likely to have some of the most craziest, interesting dreams at that time. You say to yourself, what's going on? It's going to be in the third week, though, when the moon is sitting in your sign around the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Did you feel a little bit better about yourself? And financially, career-wise, you're going to see some things kind of opening up for you where there seem to be some opportunities to move forward and also someone from your past. Now, going into the last week of June, you're going to find that now you're at a point that not only do you want to change, but you want to end something. You want to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm done. I'm finished. But at the same time, it's also going to allow you to say, okay, these are some of the things I've been after for the longest. I don't want nobody standing in my way. I want to fulfill this mission, fill this dream. And also traveling might be on the drawing board as well. They will find that Geminis and Virgos will help them, or people born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd as well, coming into the mix. The colors that Scorpio should wear are light colors of all kinds. Just some, because we are getting into the summer. So lighter colors would be good. And the stones they should wear or carry should be shungite and sapphire. Those would be the stones they should wear. Now, what about Sagittarius? Well, if your sun or moon or ascendant is in the sign of Sagittarius, the theme this month is about accomplishments, attainment, success, setting goals. Because although the first week around the 6th or the 7th, the moon's going to be sitting in your opposition sign of Gemini. So it ain't about starting. Actually, it's going to start in the second week, but let me deal with the first week. The first week of the month will allow you to really begin to pursue and finalize some of your goals, to see some of those things become real, other than just stages of ideas or thoughts, but something of relating to reality. Is going to be in that second week that you have this attitude about stepping out on faith, doing things on your own with the goal of accomplishing things, a goal of reaching some level of attainment and success in terms of what you're about. So don't be surprised if you get a raise or promotion or think about stepping out on your own. That would not surprise me at all. Actually, it's in the third week when the moon is sitting in your sign around the 20th and the 21st in the sign of Sagittarius that you will feel more of this thing. And by the way, it's going to be an excellent companionship cycle too. Or somebody might even approach you about like, yo, man, let's partner together. Won't we do this collectively? It could be a business proposition more than a romantic proposition, but that's going to be very important. Going into the third week, going into the final week, you will find that this will be a time for you to really expand where you're in your own element to make things happen in a way that is to your benefit, things in a way that will do things that are very important for you. And you're going to be making the right connections too. That's going to be important. Now, you'll find that those under the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius and Librans will help you. You will also find that if they're born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month, they will help you as well. As far as the colors, they should wear navy blue. That would be the choice of color for them, or somewhere around black. That would be good for them too. And the stones or crystals they should wear or carry is always should be shungite and tiger's eye. Okay, those would be the stones. All right. If your sun or moon or ascendant is in the sign of Capricorn, the theme this year for you is to be steadfast, to be determined, to be decisive, to be unwavering, to focus with all the intensity like a laser light. That is the goal. At first, it's about making some changes because sometimes, yes, you're steadfast, but sometimes you got to shake up the foundation to kind of break the ground to get it to where you want. And that's going to happen in the very opening week of the month of June. It's going to give you time to make some changes, do some soul searching, but that's going to be also in the second week because in that second week it relates to things of the more like, shall we say, uh, relationships, finances, the home, and health. Because this is going to be especially challenging. The reason why I said because the sun will be sitting in your, the moon, I should say, will be sitting in your opposition sign on the 8th and the 9th. So that is where you might find that some adjustments is maybe a little easier said than done. Going into that third week is when you pause. You kind of want to take a break. You kind of want to kind of figure out, okay, have I been steadfast enough? Have I been able to stay on point to get everything I need to be decisive? Am I unwavering? Am I committed? Am I dedicated enough? Because that's what it's about. And actually, it should be rather easy theme for you because Capricorn is one of the most dedicated, steadfast earth signs you can name. So you should be in your natural element with no problems at all, especially as you go into the last week of the month with the moon sitting in your sign on the 23rd and the 22nd and the 23rd. That's when you'll really, really feel it that yes, I've arrived. The irony is though, for all Capricorns, you start to enter the lowest point in your cycle going into the month of late June, July. So enter it knowing that things are going to be working out and enjoy those last days of June. This what's left of it before you make the transition into um, Gemini, to Cancer itself. The people that are going to be helping you are going to be Aquarius, Leos, and those that are born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, the 31st. I think between Leos and Aquarians, they're going to be helping a little bit everybody. I'm going to be saying, what's up with that? Now, the colors that Capricorn should wear this particular month should be plaid colors, okay? Or half-tone shades. Those would be the things. And the crystals or stones they should wear is shungites and emeralds, all right? All right, Aquarius, what about you? Well, for Aquarians, if your sun, moon, or ascendant is in the sign of Aquarius this year, this month, I should say of June, the theme is about inspiration. What does that mean? This month is about to bring out the best in people, bring out the best in people around you. You come up with bright ideas, strokes of genius, those kinds of things that are more universal, global, international. And that's how you're going to come out the gate in the very first week, where you're going to feel this whole energy of coming up with these creative ideas, things you need to do, how you can help your fellow man. Because don't forget, Aquarius is ruled by a human figure, and it is the sign of humanity in the first place. So all Aquarians should be right in their element in the month of June, and especially in that first week where they become more independent. However, in the second week from the 8th to the 14th, when the moon is sitting in their opposition sign on the 10th and 11th, they have to be a little bit careful, not be too kind of, because with the cycle that Aquarians will be in, they're gonna have this cocky attitude. I ain't taking nothing from nobody attitude. But the second week says don't do that, especially with the moon sitting in your opposition sign of Leo. That may not be the best move to make. And so sometimes all you got to do is use what somebody at one church says an ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. It's whatever it is. Okay. Y'all know what I'm trying to tell you. So don't be, getting out of character. Now, that third week is going to be the fun part. That's when you're going to really come up with these great creative and imaginative ideas where you all of a sudden you're just inspired because that is the theme of your cycle anyway for this month to be inspirational. Plus, June is a very complimentary period to the month of to the sign of Aquarius. And going into the last week, you will find that that the moon, I should say, will be sitting in your sign on the 24th and the 25th. And this way, you'll have more structure and order as you begin to close the final days of June, getting ready to go into a period whereby you start fresh. But right now, all of this from beginning to end is about being inspirational from the beginning to the end of this month with those you meet using humanitarian efforts. And with Aquarius being a humanitarian sign, it should be easy. The people that will help you will be Aries, Scorpio, and Leo, and those that are born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of the month. Okay? The color should be crimson, and the stones or crystals they should wear should be shungite and opal. Finally, for Pisces, okay, I'm telling you how we're going to change this up next year. We're gonna, whatever that month is, we're gonna start with that sign, and everybody gonna rotate. That's gonna be something. So now you've got something to look forward to when we start the cycle of 2025. Okay. So anyway, for Pisces, if your sun, moon, or ascendant is in the sign of Pisces, the theme this particular month of June is accumulation, to amass something, whether it's money, amass love, amass projects or goals or objectives, but then to build on something. It's like laying a cornerstone. So it's an accumulation, I call it. And so especially in the week of the first week, because that week will be allowing you to begin to fulfill some dreams that you want to. What have been some of the things you want to amass? What are the things you want to build up to make your life added more to it? Maybe you want to get into precious metals. Maybe you want to get into crypto or whatever the case is. But the point is be to accumulate, to amass, to make all these things become more abundant in that way. You're going to find, though, in the second week, it ain't going to seem like that on the 12th, 13th, and 14th when the moon is sitting in your opposition sign of Virgo. So it just simply says, okay, yes, you want to come out the gate. Yes, you want to take charge, but you should do it within reason. So you don't appear to be a bully or narcissistic or overbearing with anyone, but be a little bit more mindful of how you're going to do things. Because again, it's about accumulation, not trying to run people over. As you go into your third week is when you can put on the charm going into the second half of the month. That's when you can be more amenable, more receptive, more graceful, more in a sense where you're flexible about things. And try to be a help to people rather than a hindrance. That would be important too, because part of the accumulation is gathering people of like minds who can work in conjunction with you to help you get to that next goal or level in life. You'll find in the third week, though, when the sun is sitting in your sign on the 26th, 27th, to 28th, you say, yes, now I'm in my space. Now I'm doing some of the things I do. So now you can be more daring. Now you can be more creative. Now you can be more ambitious in accumulating all the things that this whole month has set up for you. You will find that Capricorns and Aquarians will help you, or those that are born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month. And the color to wear is like blacks and dark grays. And the stone or crystals you should carry in addition to shungite is citrine, Citrine. So that's it for the signs.
Thank you so much. The question is, will Aquarius and Leo be helping everybody out?
And their mother too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, when I was doing the aspects preparing for this, I'm saying Leos and Aquarians, we so selfish. We just help with everybody. But then again, that's what we do. Aquarians are
Yeah.
known for their helpfulness. Leo's my sister. I bear with my sister. She's always helpful. Always Junie this, Junie that. Always giving something. You know what I'm saying? So, but that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. And
Well,
so
we're happy to be of help.
yeah, yeah, we do that. We do that very well. So if we can be of help, all the better. If not, then we can focus on what I need to do as an Aquarius, which is about being of inspiration, and what you can do as a Leo, which is about being and making adjustments where you feel it's needed and whatnot. And adjustments are not bad. Sometimes you gotta tweak something. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Other than that,
Sometimes necessary.
yes, sometimes it is necessary. Almost all things are necessary, but in the main for overall, the whole month is about people beginning to be adaptable because change is about being fluid. Change is about being more open and receptive. Nothing stays the same. No nation has been in power forever, even ancient Egypt. No people have been. The only thing that is constant is change, and that's the whole theme of this month of June. And I would expect travel to increase. In fact, we just left uh, Memorial Holiday. That's when everybody gets on the road. So gas is going to be going up. People are going to be traveling more than ever on the road, and planes and trains and buses and whatnot. But people should also, since it is an air number, get out more by walking. Doctors will tell you some of the best exercise, other than getting in the gym and trying to lift 1,000 pounds over the weight you know you can't handle, is just simply walk.
And it helps your mind too.
Yes, because you got to think. Yes, it does. And
Yeah.
also, that means since we're heading into the summer, increase your water intake. The body is composed about over 80% of liquids anyway, especially water. So by drinking plenty of water, keeping yourself hydrated, as they say, and some waters you gotta actually see what's in it because some water brands actually put salt in it to only make you thirstier, and you be drinking and drinking while you still keep drinking. So I ain't hating on no water companies. I'm just saying some of the things y'all put in it. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
It's true though. It's
Yeah.
true.
So I said, oh, you
You,
know,
you know what? Everybody probably thought I forgot, but I just want to say Happy Father's Day. Did I get it? To all the fathers out there that are watching, all of the people who play the role of fathers, big brothers, Happy Father's Day. This is your month.
well, let me say this. You beat me to it because I was gonna say, and by the way, which you did, okay. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers to be, things like that. Uh, and I will say this in closing. I am really stuck on listening to your Manifest on Purpose podcast. One of the most interesting stories you tell is about your dad. And in fact, not too long ago, you talked about your dad with the auction, getting a car and everything. And I said to myself, believe it or not, whether you know it or not, you had a really great father. And so I can really understand better you. And you know, and let me say this too, as a father myself. I'm a father of boys and girls. And I thought as a guy coming up, being a father of the boys, you know, you yoke them and, you know, play with them rough and stuff. But I didn't realize that fathers are more important to their daughters. And this is for all you men out there that's got girls. We play a just as more important role. And they will tell you too, when they start growing up and start dating and going out, that they wish they had a father to guide them. So for all you men out there who have girls especially, please understand the role you play is indispensable. Trust me. And they will remember you too. Now, my girls will check on me. My boys, I don't even see them. I don't even see them. Like, where are they? My girls? Oh, they on it. Hey, Pop, how you doing? So and so and so and so. One calls me daddy, one called me dad, one called me Pop. I already know who I'm talking to. Okay. But it's really nice. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. And thank you very much for that. And for all you fathers, happy Father's Day out there to you too. I guess we want not gonna see each other until July, right?
July. Thank you so much. We'll be talking about the fourth. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll be talking about the 12th, the 4th of July next month.
Yes,
There's
and
a
it'll be a
lot of
6 universal
interesting
month.
lot, lot of interesting things to talk about the 4th of
Yep.
July. Yeah.
But thanks for giving
Mhm.
me that idea about, I mean, why I gotta wait to be next to the last sign to be read. Okay. And Pisces too. I mean, so we're gonna change all that up when we start the season of 2025. And you think I'm gonna
I
forget?
bet so. That's because you're Aquarius.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I say it's in the perfect spot.
Haters. Every day I gotta deal with haters. It's shame.
Because then I might have to wait to last or close
Well,
to
in some
last.
cases you will. But I think by switching it around, we start doing everybody a favor. So when it's January, we know Capricorns go first, Aquarians go second, Pisces go third, et cetera, et cetera. And you, as a Leo, you at least you're in fifth position. So no matter how it is, you're still pretty good. So whether we start at the beginning of the zodiac sign or each sign, so you just have to wait until May to get your turn.
That's a
No, you have
long
to wait till August. No, you'll be in eighth position. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. I'll be closer 1st. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Well,
works.
listen.
Then we'll have to reevaluate it later.
Okay, but at least we got something to work on for 2025. But in the meantime, I want all of you to take good care of yourselves. Please listen to Manifest on Purpose with Miss Kimbaley every Monday, every Wednesday morning on your local podcast, whether it's Spreaker or Audible or whatever the case is. You have great shows, so I'm just telling you to your face. I have no. Let me say this seriously. Don't edit this, okay? I exercise in the morning to her podcast. She's got this thing where she tells stories and they become so interested. I stop exercising until I hear it. Now, it's not the only interview, the only set she does is when we do these monthly forecasts. They're very long, they're normally about an hour. I don't mean to, but I'd be running my mouth. But anyway, the point is that I actually stop and take a time to listen to it. They're so intriguing. So if it sounds like I'm partial to her, yes, I sponsor her show, and in turn, she sponsors my show. So I'm telling you, if you want to learn something from a woman with interesting stories to tell that has a universal appeal, Manifest on Purpose is the place to come. That's all with Miss Kimberly.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I feel honored.
I'm on it too.
Well, we'll see you all in July. Thank you for watching. The God in Me loves the God in you.
And the God in me loves the God in you. In fact, I use that on my show, I have a show every Monday and Wednesday. Also, hers is in the morning, mine's in the evening. And I'm at least I gave you credit. I told where I get it from. And I'll
Can
tell
you
my viewers the God in me loves the God in you.
can you please give them all of your information? I know it's been on the bottom of the screen, but I want you to let
Yeah.
them know how they can find you.
Okay. I'm so busy I forget to plug myself. People say well, you should plug yourself. Okay. I'm an Astro-Numerologist where I blend both the science of astrology and numerology. I'm a writer of 6 books. 4 of them are available on um, Amazon. I've been teaching since the 1970s. I've been lecturing since that time. My website, if you want to get some of my services and whatnot, you go to LLoyd-Strayhorn.com. I am very proud of my Mobile Star app. You can download it on your phone. You can either use Android platform or Apple platform or go to a star8.com right there and log in directly from there. But it is um, like tomorrow's a double red. No, tomorrow's I think it's a triple red star day for me. I ain't doing nothing significant, so I look at my own things, and also for to see all of my multiple services from my audiobook to my online courses that's in now over 100 and something countries around the world. Yeah, see that's it there. That's it there, right there. That's it.
One green star from me.
I have no green stars. Mine is not going to be till Saturday, so I got to wait. Me, I got triple red stars.
For pride,
Two-
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow I take it real easy. I stay under the radar, but go to linktree/numbersanyou to find out all of my multiple services that are available for you, including the free monthly forecast. And by me actually doing this each month, I now incorporate that into my newsletter and vice versa. Thank you so much for bringing out these ideas. And this has been very interesting. When we started in January, we had no idea. 6 months in, it's like, wow, we're working on the 7th month already. Okay. So there we go. Have a blessed day.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.